Good day to all of you. My name is Color from the Trade and Community, and today I will be doing the weekly forecast for you guys. In this weekly forecast, we will be looking at the past to try and determine what the future might do. In this week's episode, we will be looking at Bitcoin, Sol, SHIB, CRO, AXS, and ENJ. So please sit back and relax, and let's start the video. So starting off this week, we were looking at Bitcoin to come back down all the way to 49s. We haven't actually been there yet and are actually trying a reversal pattern right now. So as you see, they did reject the area we're looking for them to reject, and they made a new low, and they failed to re-achieve 60Ks. Because they failed to re-achieve 60Ks, we can we kind of had to go lower. Now because we went lower, but not as low as I wanted to, I am seeing some kind of distribution though, accumulation, so we might actually try and go up now. Now what do I want to see for Bitcoin in order to go to new highs is, as you see, they've tested the midpoint of the structure right here. What I'm actually looking for now is for them to hold 56,400s. This is of course more like a zone, not really one level specific, so I'm more looking for them to hold this for having a higher probable play in order to go up, right? Now how high can we go? In my opinion, if we can hold 56 trees, make a new high, so go over 58 again, we will be going to 62, 63K in my opinion. So that's what I will be looking out for longs on Bitcoin. If you haven't caught this sweep, or if you weren't stopped out on this one, then this would be one of your bigger PTs. Of course, this whole zone right here as well. First, you want to re-achieve 59Ks. If we can re-achieve 59Ks, that would be great for the bulls as well. But first things first, let's first retest this or hold this and then make a new local high. That would be important. Now, for the less bullish continuation pattern, what we will actually get is we will get a deeper retracement, right? If we get this deeper retracement, there's this higher probability of us actually, rejecting the midpoint right here, and after rejecting the midpoint, coming back down and then finally breaking down into this higher range zone from 51K all the way to 50 to 49K. Now, if they don't do this, of course, if we go that deep, there's still a probability that we can hold a higher low, do this continuation pattern, and then move up to 63s, right? So that's the little bit less bullish case scenario, and it can also lead into a bearish one, and it will all depend if you will achieve 56.5. Now the bearish one will just be coming back down and then, having this downward move. So that's kind of it for Bitcoin. Let me quickly go over you guys on the weekly. As you see, the weekly actually closed quite good in my opinion. So I'm really looking for an up move right here. We did lose the weekly move to the high, but we can still re-achieve it. So let's see what we do next week. I'm actually expecting a little bit more to the upside right now. If we don't, then I'm looking for 50K, right? Because you can't always predict the market. All you can do is hunch what it might do. If it comes down here, I'm interested in longs. If it holds right here, I'm interested in longs. If it goes to 50K, I'm interested in longs as well. So that's it for Bitcoin. Let's head over to the next pair. So looking at Sol, what has Sol been doing? Sol went down. We were most expecting it to go down anyway. After making this high, rejecting the bottom side right here, we were looking for that new low. All they did kind of was sweep previous moves. So if you were like me and you like to play these sweeps, after they sweep, you look for a local price action. Here you would have been swept out again though, so you would have been you would have needed to be there actively, but well. What are we actually expecting for it to do now is, I'm kind of looking for them to get above these highs, because if they can get above these highs, there's a higher probable play for coming back to the higher low right here. So what I'm looking for is, I'm actually looking for them to make a new high, touch the zone, come back down for the bullish case scenario. So this is bullish. This would even be a bullish retracement. But of course, then they have to make a new high. If they make a new high, you're looking for an achievement higher than this failure, into the retest, into the pump to the next failure right here. Important here is that we go above that right here, and then what you have is, this is your bullish sequence to the upside. Now, where can it go wrong is if we actually fail to make this new high. If we fail to make this new high, we will be getting a higher low play. And I like to make these higher low plays orange because it's not too bad yet, but it can become bad. If we can't then afterwards join this achievement right here, then we will probably go down and make new lows. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Very important will be if we go down all the way to here, that we do try and re-achieve 201. If we can't re-achieve it, then we are probably going to go lower. So this is what I'm actually looking out for next week. If we don't succeed in holding this, I'm looking for 169. So that's it for Sol. Let's head over to the next pair. For our next pair, we have SHIB Perp. And for SHIB, you know, we were looking for this down range right here, 3065, I don't know, microcents or whatever it is. We were looking for this downward continuation. They even did the beautiful retest that we were looking for if they were to lose this. So they lost it, they retested it, people got out here, or some people might have shorted it. Then we were looking for another down move. This right here, what I drew right here, was actually the possible up move, and that's actually still what I'm looking for. So as you can see here, they were trying to achieve the previous move to the low, but they have failed. So what am I looking now is kind of continuation of what we were looking for last week, is make a new high, try to go higher than this, maybe go back down to the origin, but you don't have to. Come back down here and then try to make a new high. Important with this new high is that we are going higher than the previous swing. So I'm looking at that one down there, and also the previous high that made us go lower. So I'm looking for that. If we can achieve it, you're looking for it to shift support into resistance and then do the pump. If we can't achieve this, I'm still looking for more downward movement. How would this downward movement look like? Maybe another sweep, so coming back down, maybe sweeping it again, holding it, and then trying one more time. If that doesn't happen, all I'm looking for still is just a move down all the way to this bottom side previous accumulation distribution, and I'm looking for a top side hold or a bottom side hold, depending how deep they will go, right? Now this is all just one big accumulation zone, because if they come all the way down here, what I'm looking for is actually for a high range midpoint retest of this area again. So that's what I would be looking for. If we accumulate right here, I'm at least looking for 4,200-ish. So that's kind of it for SHIB as well. Let's head over to the next one. Up next, we have CRO USD. So for CRO, what am I kind of looking for? I'm kind of looking for them to re-achieve this failure high. If they can re-achieve this failure high, how do I want them to achieve it? Get above it, actually get above this failure, come back down and dip into it, but don't go all the way to the bottom, right? And then try to make a new high. And here is where our if else statement would change, as we will try and achieve this. If we can achieve this, you're trying to look for a high range hold, looking for 0.77 to hold. If they can hold that, then we're looking for a pump. Of course, after a pump, you want them to make a new high, so this would be your first PT. If they can't make a new high, we're going down. If we're going down, you're getting the orange arrow, as in you don't really know what's going to happen. If you want to buy a lower time frame right here, you can buy a lower time frame. If they then reject this, we're going down. Now, how low will we go? We might just retest the origin right here, or we might actually get a deeper retracement, and that would look something like this. Midpoint retest all the way down to 0.56. Now the 0.56 level is of course if we don't go up, if Bitcoin fails to go up as well. This is a very nice area to look for longs in my opinion. But to be fair, I am more hunching towards the long side because Bitcoin is starting to look pretty decent as well. So the more bullish case retest will be this one. And then you're just looking of course for an expansion into the new all-time high again. How would this look? We have this expansion, we try to test the previous all-time highs. Before we actually make the new all-time high, we get the retest of previous highs and then we do the pump. And that would be the bullish case scenario. So that's a very short but very helpful, in my opinion, analysis on CRO. Be mindful if you go all the way back down to 0.69 for this midpoint retest into the new low. But other than that, if Bitcoin is looking good, I can't see this. I don't really think that this isn't going to make a new high. Of course, not financial advice, but that's it for CRO, and let's head over to the next pair. For our next pair, we have AXS USDT, and damn, it's not looking too bad for AXS. So the only thing that might have happened is that they would have made a new low here, but they didn't, which is kind of good. However, I do want to kind of mark this, as this is really a very important area in order for them to flip. Now let's get some more detail of what's actually going on in the lower time frames, and looking at this, The area that they're currently rejecting is the bottom side right here that made us go to the previous all-time highs. So you kind of really want them to get over that. If they don't go over that, no problem. They still have this area right here that they can hold. So there are two possibilities right now. Either AXS comes all the way down here, has to make a new retest high. Then of course we get our orange line again because they can hold the higher low, but you're not really certain that they will. And this orange line can then, if they make a new high, sorry, that's the new high here. If they don't make it, they can reject it and then make the new low. But if they don't do that and they actually make the new high, we are in for very good times on the AXS. Because what you're looking for then is a topside retest, bottom side hold. After this bottom side hold, you get the same scenarios here, but let's just assume that we will make new highs. I would take a nice big profit target at 150 into the retrace again to test the previous failures again as well, right? Once we have that then tested, you can then look for new all-time highs if you can re-achieve these highs. That would be something like this, right? So that's a very quick analysis as well on AXS. The main areas that we will have to look out for is, will they make a new high right now? How high will we go? Will we maybe even trade above the previous failures? If so, then you're looking for a bottom side hold right here into the pump, into the hold again of previous highs, right? If not, you're looking for it to come back down, hold the higher low. After holding the higher low, you want to make a new high, else you'll probably make a new low. So that's it for AXS. Let's head over to the next one. So for our last coin, we have Engine USDT. So for Engine, what am I actually looking for? So looking at the daily, we clearly are in a very nice uptrend. They held the previous failure right here, came back down, even held the higher low of it. So there's not really that much to see on the daily. So let's head down to the 4 hour and let's actually see what we can figure out on this one. So what I'm actually looking for now, if it is coming back down, I am looking for a hold of at least 3.45. So 3.45 would be an area where I'm actually interested in because we've tested this top side and are now going back down to the bottom side, maybe. But there is of course also a way more bullish hold, and that's actually the one that they are attempting right now. We will have to go to the lower time frame to see this more properly. So retest the top side, holding the bottom side. Now you want to make a new high. If you can't make a new high, what you will get is a new low, right? And then you will get this area right here. Now, of course, after getting this new low, what you want is to make a new high. If they can't make this new high, then you're actually looking for a breakdown into the new low, right? And this would, of course, then be the red candle. And if they can hold this and sustain the high, we are in for some partying, because then you're looking for a retest. Not that high, you're looking for a little bit lower right here. You're looking for 4.12 is where you're looking for then. So then you would get something like this. And that's of course the bullish case scenario. So what's the main thing to look for on Engine is, after making this new high, you can hold right here and then make a new high. You don't have to go down here, right? This is just a possibility. What you can do as well is from here on out, just directly go there. And then of course you want to hold the top side. This is the same for both of these arrows. So after testing this top side, I'm looking for a small retracement to 3.90 and then a big pump again to the upside if the market, the whole crypto market, is going to trend up like I think it might. So that's a very quick and a very easy, simplistic Engine forecast as well. And that's probably it for this week.
That's it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to get free coaching from one of our top traders, please make sure to check out our Trader 10 supporters page on how to get this free coaching. Thank you very much and see you later.